What up, homies? Ah. Well, it just dawned on me. Wow, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Ooh. So, how's everyone doing? I wanted to say good morning. I'm gonna make some. This is a tough question. I really feel like round 2 on my waffles, just a small batch. I'm gonna have 2. She wants pancakes. And then we can have protein pancakes, protein high fiber waffles. They keep us really quite proper. Very highly digestible, but full of the proper levels that we're looking for. The way I make, I can tell because I see results. And I mean, I ain't going for a 50-mile e-bike ride. See what I did there? Ooh. I guess bicycles are gonna get really cheap, eh? People will be like, so how fast does this bike go? They're like, it's a bicycle. No, like, what can you get it up to? You know? What do you mean, like, what can it get up to? No, like, yeah, like, how fast does it go, man? Where do I plug it in? It's just like a regular bike shop, eh? He's never, the dude's against e-bikes. Like a whole family come in of 6 people, they all want to buy an e-bike, but they're not saying e-bikes, they don't know. They think all bikes now are e-bikes. And they go to a bike shop. So, you got 6 bikes? He's like, yeah, look around, there's lots of bikes here, man. Okay, good. Great start. How much for 6 bikes? Oh, well, the ranges, but if you're looking for like a family, I could probably give you like a family price. Like, okay, so it's not gonna be like 40 grand? 40 grand? Yeah, I want the nice bikes for me and my family. He's like, well, you guys doing the Tour de France or what are you guys doing? Oh, I just want you all to know this is like mine. I own this, so when I create a joke and it starts here and no one's heard it before anywhere else and it's not recorded anywhere else, of course there's editing, right? Like you could edit something, right? But that's cheating and then we'd see it and we'd know you're a liar, right? Here's a joke for you. I forgot it. I forgot the joke because I had to explain. It was a good one too. You know me, I got good ones. So there was a gender reveal. This stuff is getting a bit ridiculous. Nobody really, this happened at my aunt's cousin's birthday party. One of his friends. And we saw a video of it because it was kind of funny, but check this out. They did a gender reveal for the baby. I mean, I don't know what this world's coming to. You really, seriously, think about this. Listen up, think about this. And the baby popped out of the cake and said, I'm the daddy. You got some Parisian bikers. They're entering the Tour de France next week. they identify as cyclists. So hold on to your hats, guys. We got some interesting stuff going on in the world. If they want it like that, I mean, wow. I identify as a seagull for the next 16 years, and then I'm pretty sure seagulls ain't paying any taxes. What? But if they want to push the envelope and you want to go that liberal, I'm a lamp pole today, bud. You owe me $10, you know? I identify as the Prime Minister of Iceland. No, I don't. Iceland will come get me so fast. It's the only country I'm actually worried about. They're like, what is he saying today? Because, yeah, he is the boss, but Magnus is only 65, you know? Still benching 2 hot tubs full of hot chicks, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying but I'm kind of sliding it in really softly and silently. But I'm really fast. What? I wasn't talking to you, Magnus. I was talking to Magnus. He kind of deaf in the left ear, but he's still very strong. I'm a very hot dude, and it's about to get even spicier today, just so you know. I just finished off a really nice something. Oh, it burns. Super carbonated. It's one of them naturally. Let me tell you what it is. I can't read the French side in the dark, apparently. Let me go for it. Limonade aux framboise. And in French, in French, we're going to say raspberry juice mixed with lemonade juice. And it's kombucha. It's tasty. Right at the end, it tastes good. I don't know why. The first 16 sips are horrible. No, it's not one of them. This kombucha tastes wicked. And yeah, there's some really bad kombucha. I'm almost wondering if the kombucha is actually bad for you when it tastes so bad. I'm telling you, like, it tastes off. This tastes like a really nice, fresh, well-made, well-preserved batch of terps. Is why? I explain quickly. Well, you said raspberry, right? What it should say is the percentage of terpenes, raspberry terpenes. Oh, seriously. But most of you aren't really grasping stuff yet, eh? One day you will. Terps will save your life. And if you look at where you can, get the highest levels of concentrated terps, that you can choose to do whatever you want with. Put it in your carbonated water or whatever it is. Lotion, face creams, all kind of foot creams, hand creams, skin, any part of your body, skin creams. Use it as a shampoo, conditioner, and then you can use it as a toothpaste, mouthwash. You can use it as a sweetener, as a flavorer for your flavored waters. You can use it for any dessert. And again, you could even use it in baking and cooking as well. It could do like if you love, I'll give you an example. A perfect example would be a nice lemon tzatziki, a vegan tzatziki with coconut cream whipped up. Add some lemon, and then you add in some diced cucumber and the other ingredients right now that I have no idea. Some like salt and pepper and vinegar, I guess, is a tzatziki. Cucumber and vinegar. So, and then you mix up the coconut cream, and you're not using the sugary part, right? You're using just the, there's a way to do that. You freeze off the liquids, and then you scoop out the ice part, and then you use the meat of it, which is less sweet. And the deeper you dig on the meat, the less sweet it becomes. And then you blend that and mix that with water, and then you could use that as coconut cream. And that's the entire recipe, and that teaches you how to utilize actual stuff to make actual stuff. You can make sour cream with it. I like lemon on my pierogies when I have sour cream. And I don't use cream. It's vegan sour cream. I just gave you the recipe. Come on. But yeah, I'm not a fan of sour cream. But in the Amish community, they take it a step further, and they'll add vinegar to the what I made as a vegan sour cream. You add some vinegar to that in a hot pan. I had that when I was a young kid, and then I've made it for my wife. OMG. You want a true natural sour cream? That's how you do it in a pan, and you make it with coconut cream. All right, Rastafari. I am a master chef. If you want to make something, I can teach you how to make it a little better. Not everything, but a ton of stuff. I grew up with chefs, many chefs at stadiums, like top chefs at stadiums is all I'll say. Started out working in restaurants with me with their seals and before, right? And also, but these are nice restaurants. We're not talking about like this is real where they make everything. They've probably done everything from that you could get from East Coast to West Coast in Canada or most of the states. Now we're talking about some Japanese cuisine. No, there's probably not too much Japanese cuisine going on in 1995, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, all the way up to 2006. That's who I hung with, were chefs, actual chefs. So, and really good ones too. Not pizza restaurant guys, which 4 or 5 of my buddies own pizza restaurants. And we go and I always added mushrooms on my pizza. It was always my topping. Pretty cool, eh? It worked out well in the summertime as a teenager. I ate a lot of mushrooms on my pizzas. A couple buddies own golf courses, and I also worked at a golf course for, I don't know, 6 months or 8 months. And then I quit. The owner, the millionaire owner, brought me into his office. I was like I don't know how old I was. 16 or 15. No, I was 15. I don't know, I was a young guy. I don't know how old I was. But I wasn't old enough to sell booze. I can't remember the exact situation. That's crazy. I don't remember. I just remember the guy brought me into his office, closed the door. And he's like, sit down. He like kind of yelled at me. I was like, what the fuck? So I let it happen at first, right? And he's this big fat guy, sits behind his desk. An all messy desk everywhere. I just remember there was like shit everywhere on this guy's desk. And he reeked of like fucking cologne, like horrible, stinky cologne. I was like, oh, like it was so bad. It was very strong. And man, he was grilling me over the price of sandwiches or something, you know. I can't remember what it was, like soup and crackers. I don't remember what I was getting the price wrong, but it was a price I was told by like the kitchen staff. There's a price, and then so I guess the kids, whoever was there that day, didn't want to lose their job, so they told him that it was me, that I set the prices. The fucking youngest guy in the building that just started. And I asked a lot of questions like, so like this is this price and that price. I memorized everything. So when it came time, I didn't have a fucking paper because I was really good at what I did. Like I could do numbers. And he's like, there's no way. And I'm like, oh my God, 2 fucking 25 times 10 is 22.50, but times it by 20, it's 45. I started out with 20 sandwiches, fucking egg salad, you fat fuck. And I stood up and I kicked the back of his desk and I walked out. And he started screaming. I went back in there and I yelled at him and I left. And like I said some weird shit to him and I left. And everybody in the building had their eyes wide open. I walked by everyone just fuming. Again, the youngest guy in there has the best looking dude you ever saw. Fucking all the chicks on the golf course, all the chicks' husbands tipped me like 15, $20. They couldn't believe how good looking I was. There isn't many people that look like me. Really, seriously, I'm a beautiful dude from inside and out. But it's the way I carry myself and talk. I made these old men on the course look like slime. Like the women wanted a divorce that day on the course because they saw what a gentleman was supposed to be. And they're like, she's like, Vern, you're 3 times his age. Act like a gentleman. I was like, I remember some of the comments the women got or they gave to the husbands, eh? And they would come up, as I was driving off, they'd like wave me over. Or they would say weird stuff like, meet me on hole 8. He's going to go ahead and go start drinking at the bar. I want to tip you, but I'm going to get money from him. And I was like, oh my God, she gave me like $50, $100. One lady gave me. Like, I got big tips. I go in and I was pissed that I quit this job, but I wasn't taking shit from an old fat dude. That, like, you gotta understand, you don't take shit from people. And what he did, screaming at me, I wanted to hurt him. I wanted to jump the desk and drop kick him right through the fucking wall because he scared the shit out of me. Like I was like wincing and I was like, ah! He was like just bellowing at the top of his lungs. I'd never been yelled at like that before. This one counselor when I was a kid was screaming at me. He tried locking the door. I moved him to the side. I was like 10 or 11 and I got out of there. But I told him, I'm like, I know you beat your wife and I know you do stuff to your daughters. And he let me go. Because what was he going to do? What was he going to do with me in there? How much further do you want to take this, bud? But I went home and I told my family everything that happened. I didn't have to go back to that guy either. There was creepers all around, man. There was creepers all around when I was a kid in certain entities. They post them up there. You guys have no idea who I am. That guy's best friend turned out to be a vice principal in my high school who was a big time kid toucher. You can't make this up, man. I'm so disappointed in so many entities for turning a blind eye. They had all the phones tapped. Do you think they listened? Or do you think they turned off those taps when that stuff was going on and erased all the tapes? Because all we had to do was mention a dude's name who was connected to the police. He was a ride-along wannabe cop. Vice principal touching underage girls in high school. Are you fucking kidding me? Really, really rich. Really, really rich. Very rich. A pilot? This just gets even greasier the more I say. Trust me, you're being watched, bro. When I left my high school, I told that guy off as I walked out of the high school. I'm the champion, bro, of my high school. Everyone that ever walked up to me said, they'll never forget that day. This is the first thing they say. I told that guy off proper. And it was crazy. I'll tell you guys in 10 seconds what happened. We played dodgeball. I'm a really sporty dude and I'm very strong. I don't even know my own strength, I'm telling you. I took 3 steps with the ball. I bounced it. I jumped in the air like fucking Michael Jordan. I cocked my arm back and I was flying through the air from like 50 feet back. Everyone's like running like 8 feet up to the goalie and throwing the ball. I banged it from half court for fuck's sakes. Just because I know my strength. I knew that I had power and I let that ball go. And the guy in the net, he was wearing glasses. And the fucking ball hit him square between the nose. And obviously I'm trying to put it in the top right corner or whatever. Like, you can't fucking nail that shot from that distance. No one in the world can do that with a ball. It's a foam ball. A spongy ball. It looked like I hit him with a meteorite, fuck. And this was in grade 11 or something, grade 12.
This was not in like grade 4. I quit high school at like the end of high school. I quit in grade 12. So this was grade 12 fucking gym halfway through the year. This guy's 17 or 18. I just blow his glasses apart on his face. Non intentionally, by the way. I'm a nice guy. I like the guy. Nothing wrong with the guy. Fuck. But the gym teacher and the vice principal are like, check this out. And I guarantee they were saying, like, look at the intensity this guy throws at the fucking thing. But then that happened, and the gym teacher's like, what the fuck? That was an accident. Totally wasn't on the other guy's side. But the vice principal's like, get to my office! And he starts fucking bloody screaming murder at me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm shaking. I'm in my gym shorts and a muscle shirt. I walk up to the top stairs and I look right at him. I say, fuck you. You fucking bitch. I ran. First thing I did is I run up to him. I'm like, holy shit. Adam, I'm so sorry. Holy fuck. I'm picking up pieces of his glasses everywhere. He's screaming. I'm like, holy fuck. And everyone in the fucking whole gym is like, like, whoa, like what just happened, you know? And this guy and the vice principal screaming at the top of his lungs. And I'm like, so I go confront him. I say, like, are you fucking, have you ever played sports before, bro? And it was kind of like the guy should have been wearing goggles, but for whatever reason, over top of his glasses, but for whatever reason, he didn't want to fucking wear them. So not a fucking thing happened to me. Like, I didn't get any, and the guy knew it was an accident. Fucking his parents heard the story and they're like, what the fuck? And he left school and they're like, yeah, he's never going back. I told everyone, I said, fuck, if I ever step foot in there again, it'll be kick that guy's ass, fuck. Because I said, I know you touch kids, fucking, I know he beat his wife too. I used to go to this rich kid's house and watch Super Mario Satellite, and the wife would come downstairs and make us Eggos and ice cream in the morning with a fucking black eye. And I really liked that lady. Really liked that lady. I met a couple guys with dads that used to blacken a woman's eye. Just horrible people. But yeah, I get a kick out of people that, you know, you hang out with rich people, but you turn a blind eye to all the evil shit they do, right? Not all rich people. I know some extremely rich people that don't sell out Canada. They don't steal off the backs of others. They own big farms, family farms, and they don't kick cows. I'm not going to say what type of farm because there's not that much shit going on here. But yeah, I know real people with like huge jobs. Not these little, you know, you got fucking 9 to 5 or whatever. My wife works 2 jobs, so she's not doing just one thing. I'm doing a couple things. Like I try to just stay busy, but there's some times where it's just like one thing or 2 things, but nothing. Like YouTube is a lot of work. I don't even get to do it the way I used to do it. I'm going to, but it's to get back to there. I won't be able to do too much else. Like it used to affect my growing when I did. Now I don't have to, now I'm not doing that. So I'm just gonna, that's something else I haven't really said, but that's, well, obviously, I mean, you're not gonna hear me talking about nothing or anything. I'm not scared or nothing. I just don't need it. I don't have to. I'm fine. I do really well when I do. So I gonna take some time off and enjoy my wife's company. Do some DIY projects. We're gonna go for walks every day. So and I do. I want to start looking at properties and stuff, but not for a couple of years. Like I have ideas, but I don't want to. That costs money, right? So as soon as you start having ideas, you gotta start doing stuff, right? And that just takes more thought, and I don't want to do it right now. We're just gonna save up and save up. Maybe in a couple of years, or 4 or 5 years, we'll have enough to start our dream. I think it's more my dream, but she's just gonna come along and She's gonna not have to work, and I'm gonna work, and we're gonna make money and have a good time. I don't want to, if she does anything, she'd be like answering the phone or something. She'd be like cashing the checks, you know? Or maybe like running the combine. Maybe she'll run the combine once a year in the field for me. All 12-hour shifts, each of us, right? I have some good ideas, but until there's some changes and stuff has to happen in Canada, otherwise it's not even worth it to have a business here. Canadian government and other people are it's hard to live in Canada right now. A lot of people are leaving Canada. A lot of people are choosing to live elsewhere. They're trying to find a place with the lowest taxes to move to, you know, sell their big house, move to a little house. I see it every day now. Every day. If I go out, but if I look online, I can see hundreds of them across Canada right now. And you know what happens, right? It's like we are being forced out. It's just the people who are here. I don't understand what they expect us to do. Like, so we're forced into poverty? Like, they force you down, right? If you keep raising and increasing stuff, do you get richer? Are you able to thrive? Or are you going to struggle every time they increase it? There's only one answer to that. So this June we have to do a major interest rate cut. 75 basis points. Or I bet you a lot of people leave Canada, and the ones who don't, not only are they not going to pay, they won't even have anything to pay. And if that's the intent, then there's a problem with who's running it right now. And maybe we need to start our own currency in Canada. Maybe the big problem is we need to become a republic. Like, we need to create our own system in Canada. Maybe we should accept and adopt the American dollar. Maybe we stay as Canadians, but we use the American dollar. Like, you tell me one Canadian that's going to say no. The ones who are buying up Canada will say no. You see what I just did there? I'll see you next time. Something's going on, and it's quite obvious. Canada is being bought from underneath Canadians' feet. It's starting with our houses. Stay tuned. More on this.